Hi, you're listening to The Advantage Podcast with me, John Kenworthy. Hey there, this is John Kenworthy and welcome to this week's podcast. And I want to talk to you about 3 beautiful and effortless little mind hacks that are going to help give you a real edge in relationship building and influencing others. And it transpired because I met with the wonderful Avi Liran the other day. I'll link you to his LinkedIn profile on the show notes. And we were working out how to create a new video animation that would really help people immediately overcome their stress and anxious moments with a little mind hack. And we'll share more about that specific hack when we found a real good animator to help with the drawings, because this one is just way beyond my meagre talent. Anyhow, to this week's podcast and article, I thought I'd share a few little mind hacks with you that are just so effortless once you know them, and they will give you this powerful edge in life. These mind hacks, they're not deceitful or manipulative at all. They just take advantage of a little neuroscience understanding, and they can have a positive impact on every single person you encounter. The first one you may have come across before is eye colour, eye listen. If you've attended one of my workshops or coaching sessions, you probably even know it and use it on a regular basis. When you are speaking with someone, you want to take a note of their eye colour. Why? I'm so glad that you asked. By consciously noting a person's eye colour, you must have made eye contact with them. You will also tune in to what they are saying, and because making a note of their eye colour takes up so much cognitive space in your own brain, you can only listen and not speak at the same time. Now, I don't mean stare at them the whole time. That will creep them out and you'll be perceived as aggressive. Eye-to-eye contact should be somewhat minimal, unless you're both deeply in love. Instead, after noting their eye colour, focus about 60% of the time on a midpoint just above the bridge of their nose and below the forehead. You can drop your gaze slightly lower, directly between their eyes, for a friend. And any lower than that, where you are focusing just on the top lip, that's a very intimate connection. So be very careful with that. Only use that for the people that you are in a relationship with. So for a business situation, you focus just above the bridge of the nose, just below the forehead, between the eyes, in what people call the third eye. Practice this with a friend, changing where you focus attention and for how long, and ask them how it makes them feel. And also get them to do it to you, to deliberately look at you and focus on that midpoint and change where it is so that you can feel the difference in your own body and what happens when you move the gaze. When you are not focusing on the individual, you are deliberately looking away to the top right, to the top left, wherever you want to look. So that's eye colour, eye listen. And again, in the show notes at salsim.com/podcast, and then follow this particular episode. There's a template you can use to practice eye colour, eye listen, and know what you're listening for as well. It's a very powerful little mind hack. The more you practice it, the easier and more effortless it becomes. Secondly, the second mind hack I'm going to share with you is watch who they look at when they laugh. This is a great mind hack for the astute observer of relationships. When a group laughs, for those of you who are a little more posh, each group member either does or tries to make eye contact with the person they trust the most and the feel the closest to. So whenever there is a good laugh amongst the group, the people who you look at is the person in that group that you trust or feel the closest to. So imagine uncovering the true bonds in a work meeting of those people who genuinely trust each other and connect with each other the most. And you can observe how you feel about other people in your group just by paying attention to who you make natural eye contact with. So watch who they look at when they laugh in particular. The third mind hack is silence is perceived wisdom. I worked with a delightful gentleman from Taiwan. He was a very quiet and reserved man and spoke in his deep, booming voice. When he spoke, everyone in the room craned their ear to listen attentively. He took his time to say anything and give his opinions. Was what he said any wiser than everyone else? Well, not particularly, although he had always thought through his response very carefully and measured his words, and his opinions were thought through and never rash. The huge benefit of taking time to speak is the silence as others wait on you. This engenders curiosity as they wait for the words of wisdom to drip from your utterance. On the other hand, it also draws out those who are impatient and quick to offer themselves as centre stage material. Keep silent for too long in their perception, and they will just have to fill the silence with their own opinion. Of course, all husbands know the true power of silence as they question their wife as to exactly what it is they have done wrong. No? Just me then? Okay. Using these 3 very simple mind hacks will give you an edge in your relationships, both at home and at work. You'll make greater connection with everyone you listen to, and you'll be listening attentively, and you are showing them respect and honour. And if you know anyone who doesn't like to be respected and honoured by being listened to, I'd be very surprised. You'll know the trust relationships in the various groups you belong to, and with your improved listening skills from the first hack, you'll have more trusting relationships as well. Thirdly, choose to use silence when responding. Pause for however long it takes to carefully think through your answers and to weigh your words. Practice these simple neuroscience hacks and you'll be seen as someone who cares, is trustworthy and wise. So use the eye colour I listen, note their eye colour and make sure you focus to connect. About 60, maximum 70% of the time. Watch who they look at, particularly when they laugh in a group. And silence is perceived wisdom. Enjoy using these. These are very powerful, very simple. And do let me know. Hit reply on the email if you're on the email list. And if you're not on the email list, get to the website, sign up so that you get first access to this and many other tutorials that are coming on stream very, very soon. I've got a series of tutorials coming on stream very soon on influence without authority. Let me know if you want to be first in the line to know when that's going to be available, but also a 5-part series called What's My Story, where you can uncover your own talents and strengths and those of your team and your colleagues and your friends, and leverage those talents into other parts of your life so that work becomes highly productive and as effortless as your most talented hobby or enjoyable exercise that you get on with in your life. So look forward to those. Do let me know what you think of the podcast. Of course, this particular episode, have your comments, talk to me, send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. Be greatly blessed. Bye-bye for now. You've been listening to the Advantage podcast with me, John Kenworthy. To find out more, visit us at celsin.com.